On to SME on Point. Now, this Easter season is the first that the economy is fully open since 2019. Experts say this year's Easter period represents a golden opportunity to leverage one of the most lucrative times of the year in the retail space. Business Partners Limited says if SMEs want to benefit from improving consumer purchasing behavior, they do need to find ways in which to optimize the overall consumer journey. The video editor that I worked with this week is James van Schalkwyk, who put this insert together. The Easter season is a time where most people often spend a little more money. Over time, the Easter period has proven to be one of the most lucrative times of the year for retailers. Although retail sales for February dipped slightly by 0.9%, but the January figures are more encouraging as they climb to just below 8%. This indicates signs of recovery, which Business Partners Limited says is great news for small, medium enterprises.
To cash in now and is so important, but if we think the retail sector really benefits over this weekend with Easter eggs and hot cross buns and all this nice and curry fish here in Cape Town and all those nice things. However, if you use this opportunity as a small to medium-sized business owner to build your brand for the future, you can benefit in the slower winter months as well.
Buerta says because consumers are generally enthusiastic to spend more, SMEs, particularly those in the retail space, can take advantage of this period by acting decisively and strategically.
Even if you're not in retail, say for instance you are a interior decorator, use this opportunity to put out a special there to say, but look, it's Easter. If you take it now over the Easter holiday, you will get a free consultation in June to have a look at make a nice makeover for your home or something like that. So immediately you use that as an opportunity to brand your business better and to cash in the slower months as well.
Buerta says one should not discount the value of collaborating to increase brand visibility and ultimately sales.
Even if you are not specifically in the hospitality industry, you can maybe link on with a other business in the hospitality industry and say, look, let's work together now. You offer that nice plate of food. You get the people within your store as well. And I benefit because I give something away. Because Easter is for most religions also a time of giving, sharing generosity.
She shares more tips for SMEs to make the most of this busy period.
Look more holistically, if I can call it that way. So look at the perspective of this is Easter. It is a time of generosity. It's a time of giving. It's also a time to use the benefits for future. If you add some value, people feel they get something extra for what they are paying, and it shouldn't be things that you necessarily will see on your bottom line. It's maybe time that you give, free installation cost, free consultation cost, something like that costs you time, which is also obviously money in the end, but it's not so directly to your bottom line than to just give products away. But maybe those slow-moving products is now the time to share that with other people as well. First of all, train your people well. Make sure you have enough people. There's nothing as bad as not receiving and having to stand in queues to receive good service. So train your people. Make sure that they are there and that you have enough people there. And also let them know that you might get more people in the store at the moment and how to handle this complaints, questions, inquiries, whatever, so that they can do it in a professional manner. Because remember, it's like going to a restaurant and maybe the steak is not the best steak that you can get in town. However, the service is the best service that you can get in town. I promise you, I will go there again because of the good service and the good experience that I had. And next time around, that steak might be better. And then you can work on the steak so that it can become the best steak in town.
Liabo Setho, SABC News, Johannesburg. We here on SME On Point are wondering what you're doing today on Good Friday. We'd love for you to share your day with us and let us know how your day is going. Is your business open? Are you trading today? Please link up with us on Instagram as well as Facebook. Our details are there on the screen. We are at SME On Point. Please do follow us and tell your friends and all your other business owner friends to come and follow us as well. Before I leave you with this story where some businesses that were affected by the devastation of the violent civil unrest in July last year, they have rebuilt and are carrying on with business yet again. Areas of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng experienced riots that led to the looting and the businesses as well as the destruction of property, all those with repercussions of closure of businesses, job losses as well as loss of revenue. My colleague Gloria Sefakumusi and video journalist Zintle Nyoka visited some of these businesses and they filed this report for us.
The retail sector was the hardest hit by the civil unrest. Over 40,000 businesses were looted, many of them small, medium and micro enterprises. This further exacerbated the negativity that businesses were already dealing with due to the impact of COVID-19 and the lockdown. This is Dobsonville Mall in Soweto. Center manager Tato Matlala says all the tenants here were affected. All shops looted, stock stolen, property damaged, leading to closure of businesses and the loss of jobs. The center is now up and running and it's all back to business as usual. He says they have had to rethink how they secure the property.
Our key focus or our strategy this time around was to get as much local security personnel as possible in a bid to say, okay, fine, this is your mall, we will employ you through the security company and you look after it. So I think more community engagement helped us to achieve this. So I think that is ideally where we are going to be headed in terms of security going forward, but now also that we get as many locals into the mall as possible, and that will help us in the long run when these things happen, like your riots, that people will say, no, but this is our bread and butter, we cannot damage this facility, this is where we earn a living.
On the other side of town, Protea Glen Mall suffered the same fate. This fast food restaurant was destroyed, equipment was stolen and it had to close shop.
We were affected. 14 of our stores were affected after the looting, and the funding which came a month later, which was very quick, I mean that has never been seen before, assisted us to open 6 stores in totality, one of which was burned down completely. And the impact was like really appreciated because about 500 of our staffs were impacted. They were not at work, but we were able to open their stores within a month.
The National Empowerment Fund and Solidarity Fund partnered to assist the businesses affected by the riots. The partnership was aimed at supporting small, medium and micro enterprises. The NEF contributed 308 million rand, while the Solidarity Fund contributed 273 million.
So we developed a mantra that we refer to as the Build Back Better mantra, to say those businesses that were not formalized. So our role now was not to just quickly go in there and you disperse the funds. We had to do a whole assessment of the various needs of these businesses to say, once we have invested the NEF portion of the funding and the Solidarity Funds money, we want to make sure that these will be better businesses going forward. And we're very excited and delighted to report that if you look at the work that we have done, some of them have even been able to employ more people than the original number that they were employing.
The partnership was made out of the NEF money set aside for a concessionary credit facility, and the Solidarity Funds was earmarked as a grant for blending with the NEF funding.
We were dealing with a business that nobody cares about. They never get access to funding. Nobody looks at them until they are successful. But something like here is going to take NEF to make it work. And of course, once they are mid-size, all the financial institutions then want to come on board. But it is NEF that actually breaks these grounds and actually defy the system, if we were to call it. NEF is a defiance kind of campaign, in the sense that it goes to where people don't go.
The partnership between the NEF and Solidarity Fund has assisted 140 sites and saved over 5,500 jobs. Gloria Sefako Mosi, SABC News, Johannesburg.